Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, and we're here today on East 4th Street in downtown Cleveland on a beautiful day in Cuyahoga County, and we're here to announce our endorsement for Cuyahoga County Executive. First of all, why should we endorse? People have asked that question, but I'll tell you the truth. We have access to folks. We've been able to get in front of the candidates. We have a lot of information that comes across our desk, and we've been requested by our readers and viewers to make endorsements. So we've gone ahead and done this for the past few years, but we do encourage people to go out and study the issues, study the candidates, vote on their own. We have conducted video interviews with each of these 6 Cuyahoga County executives. They're on CoolCleveland.com. We encourage you to spend 10 minutes each and review those 6 and spend the hour to review and make up your own mind. But we've been asked to make some endorsements, and we're going to do so in the Cuyahoga County executive race here. First of all, it's an excellent field of candidates. Really, when you look back on the folks that we've had to choose from for leadership positions in this county, this year all 6 of the candidates are very strong. For example, David Ellison, the Green Party candidate, has some really great ideas. He's a very sincere candidate. He's an architect. I've known David for over 20 years. And in fact, a lot of his ideas have already been baked into the platforms of the Democratic Party and even the Republican Party. I think if you looked at the platforms now of those parties and you compare it to the Green Party of 15, 20 years ago, you see a lot of those ideas are being implemented already. I don't know that David has the leadership qualities that it's going to take to make the change that we need to make in Cuyahoga County, but he's got some great ideas. He's a very sincere candidate. Don Scipione is also a very intelligent candidate. He has a lot of education. He has studied these issues. He's shown up at the candidate forums. He has ideas. He has put himself out there, and he has exhibited some real leadership in terms of his ideas and how this county should go forward. I don't know that he's got the personality that it's going to take to make the change that this county needs, but Don Scipione is a voice that should be heard in Cuyahoga County. Tim McCormack is a very sincere politician, and he is a politician, and he has been for his entire life. He had his chance as county commissioner, was ousted by the business community, who was a little frustrated with his inability to get things done. He seemed to be a little bit of a man out of time when he was commissioner. He seems to be a little bit of a man out of time now, running for this position, Cuyahoga County Executive, in 2010. He is sincere. His heart's in the right place. But I believe he would have a difficult time gaining traction and being the leader he needs to be. That brings us really to the top 3 candidates, in my opinion. Matt Dolan, the Republican candidate, Ed FitzGerald, the Democratic candidate, as well as Ken Lancey, the independent. Each of these candidates also very strong, and they have a lot going for them. For example, Matt Dolan, whether you agree with his Republican philosophies or not, he's more of a moderate. He has come out for things like the Great Lakes Compact. He's been a very competent legislator in the state legislature over the years, and he has a lot going for him. I think some of the negatives with Matt Dolan are really the biggest issue is his family. They're going to be a big positive for him. They're going to give him a lot of money in this campaign, but it also makes him indebted to them and conflicted when it comes to issues such as the board that's going to oversee Gateway that the Cuyahoga County Executive will be appointing. And he will have a very strong family conflict of interest when it comes to that. And that's something that I don't think we can overlook. Ed FitzGerald is a very strong candidate on the Democratic side. He has some good background in Lakewood. In fact, someone like myself who's lived in Lakewood, we've seen him in action up close. The folks there, a lot of them are sorry to see him go if he is elected as the executive, because he came in, he cleaned house, and he's really made some change there. He is, however, part of the Democratic machine that has a lot to account for in this county. You know, they left Jimmy DeMora in as a Democratic Party leader way too long. They're not to be rewarded for that. And a politician like Ed FitzGerald, he took a call from Jimmy DeMora, which was noted in the indictment of Jimmy DeMora. And of course, he probably wishes he would have handled things differently, but we have to know that whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you are part of that machine. You owe people favors, and that's what we come to expect. And if that's who you want to elect, that's pretty much what you're going to get as an elected official. This leaves us with Ken Lancey, the independent candidate who is not affiliated with any of the parties. He's running on his own money, and the question is whether we want to be electing only wealthy people like Michael Bloomberg in New York City, and whether really they're the only ones that can come in with their own financing and not owe people favors. That's not a good road to go down either. However, Ken Lancey has exhibited really strong grasp of the issues. He has exhibited in his career the ability to turn around companies. He's owned 20 or more successful companies over the years. He's known in circles as a business turnaround expert. And if Cuyahoga needs anything at this point right now, it's to be turned around. And it needs for the voters to come out and make a strong statement, in my opinion. He does have a lack of political experience. He does have a brother who was convicted of murder 30-some years ago. So he's not a perfect candidate, but in our opinion, he has the best opportunity to take this county in a new direction, in a new era, and I believe it's time for the county and the voters to make a strong statement if they really want change. If you want the same old business as usual, there are good, strong Republican and Democratic candidates to vote for. So regardless of who you vote for, we would encourage you to go out and study these candidates and watch our Cool Cleveland videos on all 6. Cool Cleveland is endorsing Ken Lancey as the independent candidate for Cuyahoga County Executive in the 2010 election. But we encourage you to go out, do your own research, watch these candidates in action, watch our Cool Cleveland videos on each of them, and make up your own mind and go out and vote. This is Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com. Have a great election season here in Cool Cleveland.